now that we have talked about teen numbers, we are now going to talk about a different type of number. And this type of number is called a decade number. Let's go ahead and read the definition of decade numbers together. Decade numbers are composed. What does composed mean? We used to use the word composed a lot when we talked about making a group of 10. So we could say, I composed a 10 out of 10 ones. So when we would have 10 ones, we could say, I can switch these out and I can compose a group of 10. So in this problem, decade numbers are composed by groups of 10s. So just like we composed a group of 10 with ones, this time we can compose decade numbers by groups of 10. And decade numbers do not have any ones. So if we're looking at all of our decade numbers together, let's go ahead and count them. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and 90. And if we look at these decade numbers and we look at the tens place first, what is something that you notice? If we're looking at the tens place in all of these decade numbers, I'm seeing that they have different digits in the tens place. So 10 has a 1 in the tens place, 50 has a 5 in the tens place, and 90 has a 9 in the tens place. So they have different digits in the tens place because they are composed by groups of 10. Now, let's look at the ones place. What is something you notice about the ones place in decade numbers? The ones place only is made up of the digit 0. So this 0 means that all of these numbers have no ones. There are no ones in the ones place. So we are going to build some of these numbers and look at what it looks like to build decade numbers. Let's start with the number 10. If we're looking at the number 10, what do I need to put in the tens place or the ones place? I need to put a group of 10 in the tens place because we have a 1 in the tens place. Now, do I need to do anything with the ones place with this number 10? I do not have to do anything because there is a 0 in our ones place, so I do not need to add any ones in the ones place. Let's look at another decade number. This time, let's look at the number 40. Now, we can also start by looking at the ones place first. And if I look at the ones place first, what do I see? There's a 0 in the ones place. So do I need to add anything in the ones place? No, because there's 0 ones. And then let's look at the tens place. There's a 4 in the tens place. That means we need 4 tens. 10, 20, 30, 40. So now we have 4 tens, just like in the tens place, and that equals 40. The value of 4 tens is 40. We will do one more together. Let's do 60 this time. 60. How many tens do I need in the tens place? Let's see. I'm looking at the tens place and I see that we need 6 tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. We can also use our quick 10 strategy to represent our decade numbers. So if I have 60, I can use my quick 10s to represent the number 60. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and use our quick 10s to represent 10, 20, and 30. So if I want to represent the number 10, how many quick 10s do I need to draw? Just one line, 1 10. Do I need to draw any ones for 10? No, because we have that 0 in the ones place. Now let's look at 20. How many quick 10s do I need to draw? We're looking at the tens place and we have 2 10s. 10, 20. Now let's look at 30. We have a 3 in the tens place, so how many tens do I need to draw? 10, 20, 30. Now let's do 40. 40, we have a 4 in the tens place. 10, 20, 30, 40. You are now going to get the chance to go on Seesaw, and you're going to do some work with teen numbers and decade numbers. So don't forget that decade numbers have a different digit in the tens place, and they do not have any ones in the ones place. Keep working hard.